Learn to lead. We make winners who lead.
Hello students, greetings from Firebird Institute of Research in Management. In this video, we are going to learn important shortcuts for data interpretation as well as numerical ability for your upcoming MAT exam. I hope you all know the MAT exam pattern, right? So language comprehension, they may ask you 40 questions. Time suggested is what? 30 minutes. Intelligence and critical reasoning, 40 questions. Time, 30 minutes. Mathematical skills, 40 questions, 40 minutes. Data analysis and sufficiency, 40 questions, 35 questions. Indian global environment, 40 questions, 15 minutes. So nearly 80 questions are based on your numerical ability. To solve those numerical ability concepts, you should learn some basic concepts. Here in this video, we are going to solve an important DI question which was asked in the previous year. It involves more shortcuts. Watch our video till the end to learn more shortcuts. Now, let us go to this question. Given below is the table which shows the total number of voters in 5 different villages. Percentage of voters who did not vote and percentage of female out of total persons who have voted they have given. Okay, so the first column denotes the village name A, B, C, D, E. So there are 5 villages. And total voters in each villages they have given in the second column. Percentage of voters who do not vote it is in the third column. See, in a village A, 20,000 are the total voters, among which 12% of the voters who do not vote. Okay, now let us calculate. You have to calculate what is the 12% of the voters. See, what is 12% of 20,000? 12% of 20,000. 10%, I know it is 2,000. 1% 200, 2% 400. So if I add all these values, I'll get 2,400 voters. They do not vote. And see, what about the remaining? So can you tell me what is 20,000 minus 2,400? See, if I will do 20,000 minus 2,000, it is 18,000. 18,000 minus 400, 17,600 voters who have voted in that particular village. Okay, in this 17,600 voters, 40% were females and remaining 60% are males. Okay, so 40% are females in the sense you should calculate 40% of 17,600. Okay, so 10% I know it is 7,760 and 40% you should just multiply it by 4. See, how I will do this 1,760 into 4 is first multiply 1,000 into 4, you'll get 4,000 and 700 into 4, 2,800, 60 into 4, 240. So you'll get 0, 4 and 0, 7,040 voters. So 7,040 voters or female voters in village A. Okay, and remaining 60% and remaining 60% are male voters. Okay, so can you tell me what is 60% of 1,760? It is very easy to calculate. You can take this 60% as 50% plus 10%. First find out 50% of 17,600. 50% is half of the value, that is 8,800, and 10% is 1,760. So 0, 6 and 8 plus 7, 5, 9. So 10,560 is your answer. Okay, this is how you should calculate the values. Okay, now see total people who have not voted from village A and C together. So you have to calculate the total people who have not voted from village A and C together. Okay, now in village A, I have found it as 2,400 and in village C, it should be what? 20% of 16,000. See, I know it is 10%, 1,600, and 20% will be 3,200. Is what percent of total males who have voted from these villages? Right? That is the question. So, total people who have not voted from village A and C together, that comes in the numerator. So, 2,400 plus 3,200, the whole divided by what percentage of total males who have voted from these villages. See, in C, 45% are females who have voted, and remaining 55% are males. Okay, can you tell me what is 55% of? Yes, you have to calculate the remaining 80% of 16,000. It can be calculated by using, you can also do 16,000 minus 3,200. 16,000 minus 3,000 is what? 13,000. So 13,000 minus 200, 12,800 voters are voted in village C. And I need to calculate 55% of 12,800. So 50% is what? 6,400, and another 5% 640. If I add both the values, I'll get 7,040. Okay. So 10,560 plus 7,040. So into 100, they are asking percentage, right? See, first, the basic formula for percentages, just remember what we compare, the thing which we are going to compare, it should come in the numerator. And in the denominator, definitely we will compare with another parameter, right? To whom we compare. It comes in the denominator into 100. So 5,600 divided by 17,600 into 100. So 0 and 0 will get cancelled. I can cancel 56 and 176 in terms of 8 table. So 8 table, it comes 7 times, and here it is 22 times. So 7 by 22. Okay, so 7 by 22 into 100. So you can also do, you can cancel 122 in terms of 2 table. 50, 11. So 7 into 50 is what? 350. So 350 by 11 percentage. So it is 350 by 11. If I divide, I'll get 31. 9 by 11 percentage is your answer. So 31, 9 by 11 percentage is my answer. So the basic formula for percentages, what we compare comes in the numerator, and to whom we compare should come in the denominator. Okay. So we should learn some fast calculations, which is very important. And for this question, your answer is 31, 9 by 11 percentage. Let us move on to the next question. Yes. Now, see the next question. What is the ratio of males who have voted from village D and E together to the females who have voted from village D and E together? See, ratio of males who have voted from D and E together. First, we have to calculate the total number of persons who have voted from D and E together. So, it is enough if I calculate what is 10% of 13,500? It is 1,350. And remaining 90% of the voters are voted. Okay, so can you tell me what is 90% of 13,500? So it is very simple. So that is 9 into 1,350, you can do it. Okay, 9 into 1,000, 9,000. 9 into 300, 2,700. 9 into 50, 450. So 0, 5, 7 plus 4 is what? 11, 1, 2, 150. Okay. So 12150 are the persons who have voted. Okay, in that 30%, can you tell me what is 30% of 1,215? It is very simple, into 3, 3,000, 3,645. And remaining 70% are the peoples who have voted. That is male students. Okay, male who have voted. So what is 70% of 12150? So you can easily calculate. So 7 into 1000, 7,000, 7 into 200, 1,400, 7 into 15. So if you add all the values, you'll get 8,505 or the males who have voted from village D. And similarly, can you calculate what is 8% of 22,500? 1% I know it is 225. For calculating 8%, multiply 225 into 8. It is very simple. 200 into 8, I know it is 1,200, 1,600. Right? 25 into 8, 200. So 1,800. Okay. And remaining, what is 22,500 minus 1,800? Okay. So 22,500 minus 1,000, you'll get 21,500, right? So minus 800, you'll get 20,700. So 20,700 are the total number of voters who have voted in village E. In that 40% are females. Okay, what is 40%? 2070. See, you have to calculate first 10% of 20,700. 10% of 20,700 is 2070. 2070 into 4. 2000 into 4 is what? 8,000. 70 into 4 is what? 70 into 4, 280. 8,280. And remaining 60%. And remaining 60% or male voters, the value will be 12,420. Okay, so what you have to find out the ratio of males in village D and E together to females in village D and E together. So males in village D and E together is what? 3,645 plus 8,505 divided by females. 8,280 plus 12,420. See, if you add both the values, you'll get 20,925 divided by 11,925. So the ratio you'll get is 93/53 is your answer. Okay, the answer for this question is option B, 93 is to 53. It is just ratio. If you divide in terms of 25 table, you can get this answer easily. Okay. So ratio it denotes some parameter in the numerator as well as some parameter in the denominator. Okay. So these are the basic things you should know. We have calculated few parameters. Let us move on to the next question. Okay. See this question now. What is the difference between number of male from village A who have voted and female from village D who have voted? See, number of male from difference is nothing but subtraction. It is enough if you subtract both the values. See, already we have calculated in the previous question, number of males from village E is what? 10,560. And female from village D, 3,645. See, what is 10,000 minus 3,645? 10,560 minus 3,645. So it will be around what? 6,915 is your answer. Okay, see 10,560 minus 3,000 if I do first, I'll get 7,560. So 7,560 minus 600, I'll get 6,900. So 6,915 is my answer. You can do it. Okay, so it should involve some logical calculations also. That is also very important. Fast calculation is very important. See, I cannot do in all the cases. See, 10,560 minus 3,645. I cannot do normal subtraction. You have to practice mind calculation for your speed. Okay. See, just to explain you I'm writing on the board. But these calculation you should without help of paper and pen. Okay. Now, if ratio of male to female who do not vote is 5:3 from village C. And now we have to calculate what is 45% of 12,800 in village C. Okay, first let me calculate 55% of males in village C because that is easy. Okay, so to calculate 55%, first I'll take 50%. 50% is nothing but half of any value. That is 6,400 plus 640. So 040 7,040. Okay, so 12,800 minus 7,040. That will be your 45%. So 0, 10 minus 4 is what? 6, 7, 12 minus 7, it will be 6. 5. 5,760 is the remaining 5,060 is the 45%. See, now they are asking if ratio of male to female who do not vote is 5:3 from village C. So how many? If ratio of male to female who do not vote is, so 3,200 members have not voted in village C. Okay, so split this 3,200 into two categories. Okay, split this 3,200 in the ratio of what? 5:3. Okay, split this ratio, sorry, 3,200 in the ratio of 5:3. What is 5 parts of? See, if total parts, if ratio is 5:3, the total parts will be 8. 3,200 by 8, 400. 400 into 5, 2,000 and 1,000. Remaining 3 parts, 1,200. Okay. And 5 parts represents male value and 3 parts represent female value. First, they are asking, what is the ratio of total male voters? Total male voters, it will be what? 2,000 plus 7,040, which is equal to 9,040 divided by total female voters, 1,200 plus 5,760. So 6,980. 0 will get cancelled. If you take this ratio, you'll get 113 by 87 is your answer. 113 by 87. So you should read the question very carefully to know the correct concept. Okay. So it will confuse you in these kinds of data interpretation questions. Okay. Now, last question. What is the average number of voters who have not voted from village A, C, and D together? Who have not voted? Whether it is who have voted or whether it is not voted, you have to listen carefully. Okay, right? So, in village A, it is what? 17,600. In village C, who have not voted? See, who have not voted, it is 2,400 in village A and 3,200 in village C and 1,350 in village D. So add all the values, you will get 6,950. Divide the 6,950 by 3. If you divide it by 3, 2 and 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Which one starts with 2, 3, 1? Option C is your answer. It is enough. You don't want to do the remaining question, remaining part. Okay. So 2,316, 2 by 3 is your answer. So I hope you all got some information in this video. Keep in touch. Definitely, we will upload some more videos for your math exams. Don't forget to subscribe our channel. All the best to all our math aspirants.
Learn to lead. We make winners who lead.